This operation has a processing capacity of 25,000 tonnes per annum, operating 5 days a week, 8 hours a day. It's based on a twin streamer system. This takes in mixed household waste, separates it mechanically into its component parts, ready for recycling, reprocessing, reuse elsewhere. The process starts with our bag splitter. Quite an interesting machine, the bag splitter. Its duty is basically to liberate materials that are contained in plastic bags. It also provides a second function. It removes automatically any oversized elements that are in the waste that would cause problems if they got down onto the process line. The liberated materials then are delivered to a feed regulator, and the function of the regulator is to split the waste stream into two parts, each one going to a kinetic streamer. That hydraulic system is the heart of the unit and gives us so much flexibility and adaptability, and it really is unique and it really is exciting. It works. Both streamers stream the waste effectively with the flimsy materials, the paper, the plastic film, the textiles, and the organic fraction exiting of what we call the front. And the rigid materials, the plastic bottles, the steel cans, the aluminium cans, the glass bottles, exit laterally. So we split the waste in a pre-sort into two streams. Stream one, the materials then pass through a modified trommel with an internal scroll and lifter bars, and the tumbling action in the trommel exposes the smaller fractions, i.e. the less than 40 mil, which is basically the organic fraction, to pass through the holes onto a conveyor and then transferred to an eddy current separator, where we then remove any ferrous and non-ferrous metals. The separated organic fraction is also further processed on site through a vessel-accelerated composting system. Here we have employed a system that was developed in New Zealand, known as the hot rot system. It works extremely well. It produces a very fine product. It could be used as a soil dressing. It can have as many uses as peat and other composts can. Very similar to the Wastec process, it's simple. It's not at all complex. However, it is monitored and controlled in compliance with DEFRA's requirements. The remaining material, the paper, the plastic film, etc., pass along through a picking line, and here we are taking off the paper element. We then take that to something quite unique with it, that we have a machine, a big machine down in the corner, which is a shredder. We use that to shred the paper to a particular size. That material then is passed through a Swedish machine which produces a 40mm square briquette. This material has a calorific value slightly lower than that of low-grade anthracite, and it's a renewable fuel that also in turn is used to produce green energy. Stream 2 materials, the rigid materials that have exited laterally, are collected on a series of conveyors and transferred onto a modified vibrating screen, whereby we're removing any organic materials that have travelled laterally. Materials then pass further forward onto a second vibrating screen. Here we're looking to remove the smaller pieces of paper like envelopes and that sort of thing. It also feeds onto an air drum, and the function of the air drum is to remove any of the larger pieces of paper and plastic bags. The remaining materials pass on through a picking line where we take off the glass to colour separate it. The other elements then pass on to an eddy current separator, which separates out the steel, the aluminium and the rigid plastics, and those are then stored in bunkers down there and then transferred round for baling and sail on to reprocessors. The default material pass from that conveyor system into a container and are taken away for landfill disposal. Because we have a very good, reliable mechanical separation system, it allows the client to use the end product in the way which they desire. Wastec systems can be tailor-made to individual requirements. We can process waste streams from 25,000 tonnes per annum up to 225,000 tonnes per annum. This system will meet current legislation requirements in a general sense within existing waste management budgets. It's economically viable, it meets the target, it's convenient for all householders because we do it for them. So it's maximum participation, it comes within the existing budget levels of local authorities, and it's here waiting for you.